Welcome back to the Avenue 7 Art of Storytelling. I'm your host, Walé Oredola, and today we're diving into the secrets behind one of the most iconic companies in the world, Disney. We'll explore the past, present, and future of Disney, including what made it great, what caused it to slow down, and why Bob Iger is back at the helm to lead the company into a new era. We'll also break down Disney's recent deals, their hits and misses in 2024, and how they're trying and struggling to recapture the magic that once defined them. Let's get into it. Now, what made Disney great? To understand Disney's legacy, we need to go back to the beginning. Founded in 1923 by Walt and Roy Disney, the company became a household name through groundbreaking animation and a relentless pursuit of innovation. Disney didn't just make movies, they created experiences. From Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to The Lion King, they delivered films that defined generations.
The Carousel Theater Progress. In Act 1, the audience meets an audio-animatronic family. The time is just before the turn of the century. Father, the host, tells the joys of living in the pre-electric era. Next, our audience moves to Act 2 and the 1920s. Now the family has all kinds of new contraptions to make life more enjoyable, including a crystal radio. Then our audience moves to the fabulous 40s, the beginning of the electronic era and the age of television. The last act of the Carousel Theater shows the wonderful family life of today with its leisurely push-button living. Now let's go over to the full-scale set. Fellas, will you clear the set? We want to have a little dry run. Girls, can you let that go for a while? We just want to do a little dry run on this thing. Okay, Waithel, you ready? This is the stage for Act 1 of the Carousel Theater Progress. Stages for the other acts are being assembled at other places in the studio for a complete audio-animatronic dress rehearsal. Now, this contraption here might look like something from outer space, but it's actually a control harness for programming the actions and gestures of our audio-animatronic figures. Shall we show them how it works?
Really well.
This is the Carousel Theater host. Whatever the man in the harness does, this figure will respond simultaneously in the same manner. Would you care for a light? I don't think we better. No smoking on the stage.
But what truly catapulted Disney into the stratosphere was the 1990s.
I think there's something written here.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
This era, often called the Disney Renaissance, was a golden age for the company. Films like The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King were not just box office successes. They became cultural milestones. Disney dominated animation, redefined the Broadway-style musical format for animated films, and established a blueprint that made their movies unforgettable. They paired this with massive success in their theme parks and merchandising, creating an ecosystem where Disney became synonymous with magic. Disney had figured out the formula for global domination, and they were expanding into television, with shows like DuckTales and the Disney Afternoon lineup. The 90s wasn't just a financial win for Disney, it was a cultural revolution that left an undeniable mark on entertainment. So the question is, what went wrong? if it's even wrong in the first place. Fast forward 2010s and early 2020s, and Disney started losing its way. While they still had hits with Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars, they began to face a string of misfires. Some of their live-action remakes like The Lion King and Mulan didn't resonate the way that they hoped. Films like Strange World and Lightyear bombed at the box office. Even the Star Wars sequels left fans divided, with some questioning whether Disney had lost touch with what made its franchises special, and others still wishing that George Lucas was still in control of the franchise. At the same time, Disney Plus, which launched 2019, struggled to maintain its early momentum. While it experienced explosive growth during the pandemic, it couldn't sustain that level of subscriber engagement as competitions from Netflix, Amazon Prime, and others intensifying. Disney found itself caught between trying to appeal to longtime fans while also adjusting to the rapidly changing demands of modern audiences. And then, of course, there was a leadership crisis.
It's only, 14 months since we did your exit interview, Bob. So, I'd love to just start off when you got a call, maybe it was from Susan Arnold or from the board, and they said, "We'd like you to come back." Why did you say yes?
It was from Susan Arnold. She called me on the Friday before the Sunday that it was announced. Much to my surprise, I was not looking for a job, and I was not anticipating that I would be asked back. But this is a company that I worked for almost 50 years. I have huge passion for the company, tremendous respect for the people, and she made it very, very clear that it was a time of need. They had decided to make a change at the CEO level. And I felt that I guess I had a sense of obligation. And I also wanted to help them not only transform the company during, I think, a pretty critical time, but I wanted to help them succeed at succession, which is quite important to me too.
One of his first big moves in 2024 was finalizing a deal to acquire full control of Hulu from Comcast, giving Disney more flexibility in the streaming wars. He's also pushing for more synergy between Disney's assets, streamlining content, cutting costs, and sharpening the company's focus on fewer but higher quality projects. But here's where it gets tricky. Disney is still struggling to recapture the 90s magic. While Iger is trimming the fat with unfortunate layoffs, restructuring, and cutting underperforming projects, the real challenge is that today's audiences are very different from those in the 90s. The formula that worked back then with your fairy tales and your musicals and your traditional family value stories may not resonate in the same way with modern, more fragmented audiences. So why is Disney failing to recapture the magic of the 90s? One reason is that the landscape of entertainment has fundamentally changed. The 90s was a time when Disney was unrivaled in its dominance of animation. But today, audiences have endless options. Streaming services like Netflix and HBO Max offer compelling alternatives, and viewers now expect more diverse, nuanced stories. Disney for a long time relied on its tried and true formula of happy endings and family-friendly narratives, but today's world craves more complexity, inclusivity, and fresh ideas. Moreover, Disney's attempt to cash in on nostalgia through remakes and reboots haven't always landed. While films like The Lion King remake made money, they didn't generate the same cultural impact as their originals. Disney's challenge is that it's trying to balance appealing to older generations who crave that nostalgia while also trying to innovate for a younger audience that wants something new. So let's fast forward to this year. This year has been a roller coaster for Disney. On the one hand, they had some major misfires. The Haunted Mansion reboot didn't live up to its expectations, and even Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny failed to captivate fans. But on the flip side, they had some success. Wish, an original animated movie, surprised everyone by becoming a critical and commercial hit. It was a throwback to the Disney's Renaissance days.
Once upon a time stood Rosas, a most magical kingdom, founded by a king with the power to grant wishes.
Blending heartfelt storytelling with stunning visuals. Disney also continues to rake in revenue from its partnerships with James Cameron, with Avatar: The Way of Water becoming another massive box office success along with other films within this year that did hit the mark with great success. And then there's the future. Under Iger's leadership, Disney is focusing heavily on innovation, investing in virtual and augmented reality to enhance both their theme park experiences and entertainment. The acquisition of full control over Hulu also gives Disney the chance to expand its streamlined strategy, integrating more diverse content for different audiences. Looking forward, Disney's goals are clear. They need to produce fewer but higher quality films, balance nostalgia with innovation, and leverage their vast IP library more effectively. Iger has hinted at a shift toward creating new franchises that can capture the hearts of a new generation, much like the 1990s classics did. Disney's at a crossroads, and probably in a crossroads that they've never seen before. They're no longer the untouchable giant they were in the 90s, but they've proven time and time again that they know how to evolve. Bob Iger is betting that by returning to high-quality storytelling and making strategic moves, Disney can regain its magic. But the world of entertainment has changed, and the question is whether Disney can truly adapt to this new era while holding on to the legacy that made it great. That's all for this episode of the Avenue 7 Art of Storytelling. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on Disney's future in the comments below. I'll see you in the next episode where we'll continue to exploring the stories behind what shapes our world. Until then, always remember to stay inspired.